can-do attitude, love of simple gardens and decades of experience, Charlie Dimmock is one of Britain's best-loved gardeners.
Looking good, boys.
But the new kids on the gardening block are the Rich brothers.
We want to be the brothers that change people's perceptions of gardens.
Winners of multiple medals at the Chelsea Flower Show.
Oh, good turn. Amazing, isn't it?
The boys have become known for their dramatic outdoor spaces. Now these two different generations of gardening are going head to head.
I know they've got a gold medal, but I can come up with a few ideas.
They're meeting frustrated garden owners across the country.
The photos made it look tiny. It is, isn't it?
I'm sure you've seen larger.
I don't know what to do with it.
And will each pitch them a design based on their needs and budget.
It looks really exciting.
It doesn't look like it could be our garden.
The winner brings their design to life.
Hold on.
Sweet, isn't it?
And the loser has to help them build it.
Oh, I'm getting irritated now with some faffing around.
This is what happens
Does he ever get irritating?
All the time.
when different styles collide.
Who chose these?
1, 2, 3.
This looks like your design.
Yeah.
to turn garden dreams into reality.
Wow, open your eyes.
Wow, it's amazing. It's beautiful.
So, whose garden will Charlie and the Rich brothers be battling over this time? Today is the turn of photographer Alistair and marketing manager Philippa, who live in York with their cat Ginny. 2 years ago, not long after they got married, the couple bought this Edwardian terraced house and began painstakingly restoring it to its former glory.
There was an old lady who lived here and it hadn't really been touched for about 60, 70 years, maybe even a bit more.
Then we had to rip everything out and start from scratch, which was hard work, but...
Yeah, and it's just left us with the garden to finish off now, so once that's done, we'll be done and dusted.
They're a young couple that live in York.
Very sweet, aren't they? Look. Oh, I bet their mum and dad were happy when they got married. They're lovely.
They're charming looking too, aren't they?
They are, ideal.
When it came to the house, Alistair and Philippa spared no expense, carefully considering every detail to create their perfect home.
We like all the original features. We really like the fact that you can tell it's an Edwardian house, but on top of that, we've got quite modern taste.
But while their house may be a stylish mix of period and contemporary, the garden is a concrete jungle.
The garden's been used as a bit of a dump for all the excess material.
It does look like that, doesn't it?
Which is a bit of a shame.
Yeah, on top of that crazy paving.
At the moment, we don't use the garden at all. But that's because there's nowhere to sit, there's nothing to look at. It's
just a dumping ground.
Basically, all of the stuff we had left over from doing up the house has just gone straight in the garden. So it's all kind of got...
Yeah,
it's just a
bit manky, a bit of a mess.
It is east-facing, so I think it's going to be quite shady, so that's something we'll have to deal with.
Not necessarily a bad thing, though.
Not at all. Some luscious plants.
And being a terrace, it's bound to be overlooked.
Yeah.
And probably have one of those, looks like they've got that funny odd bit that nobody quite knows what to do with.
This plot is just 4.5 metres by 7.5 metres and void of any plants. It's going to take some serious inspiration to reveal its hidden beauty. And having created such a stunning home, Alistair and Philippa have very high standards.
We'd like a mix, like we have in the house, of kind of quite clean lines and almost regimented, with also kind of overflowing planting.
And they're prepared to spend the money to make the outside look as good as the inside.
So we've got £5,000 to spend with this garden, which I'm very pleased about because it's actually quite small.
It does seem a bit silly to scrimp on the garden when we've spent so much time and effort on the house.
Hopefully it means they can get really good quality materials that'll stand the test of time.
£5,000 is a serious budget for such a small space, but these are serious clients who are going to expect something very special.
Lots of high-end products, which would be nice for once.
Oh, yeah, and it looks like they're probably about mine Dave's age, so maybe we've got an extra hand on this.
So that gives me no chance, you say?
Yeah,
Thanks for that. You'll be making the tea in a minute.
With the garden challenge on the table, Charlie and the boys will now compete to make over the couple's garden. So they're heading to York on a fact-finding mission to find out more about the plot and its owners.
Wow. Yeah, so I think the word is bijou.
Inky dinky.
Hell, I like it. I think it's too small, really, is it? It's got quite a nice manageable space, really.
I suppose the budget will go further.
Yeah.
Well, that is 1+, isn't it?
They are low boundaries, aren't they? But I think a bit of careful, somehow.
Yeah, I think that's fine, isn't it? And then I've noticed nice green boundary at the back as well.
And Charlie's got her eye on the little side alley by the kitchen.
That's even bijouer. Can you say bijouer?
Yeah,
You say bijou.
Okay.
I believe bijou. It is definitely thin, isn't it?
Yeah.
But I think maybe a nice little area to look on too.
Yeah, I think that's a good idea.
Dunno.
Maybe.
Maybe not.
Well, anyway, enough of the garden. Let's go see what inspiration we
Yeah.
get from the house.
Okay.
Inky dinky dinky.
The boys like to design their gardens with the client's lifestyle in mind, so they're keen to find out more about how the couple have done up their home.
Oh, Shay, this is dreamy in here.
Really cosy, isn't it? Beautiful little
Before you
space.
sit down, get on.
Too late, already there.
Cup of tea now.
Oh, this is gorgeous.
Whilst Harry and David admire Alistair and Philippa's interior design skills, Charlie wants to find out more about how they see the garden.
What do you want to get from it?
We'd like, because it opens out onto the kitchen, we'd like to just have an extension of the house, somewhere we can sit and have like a barbecue, maybe a pizza oven, like somewhere nice to sit. Nice to be able to use it in the evenings as well.
I mean, although it's a small space, there's some good things about it. I mean, the walls look in good condition. Nice backdrop of the hedge. Lovely view of the church and the house next door. So you're not overlooked from that side.
No.
Oh, I've just seen as well a huge stack of logs.
Yeah.
And a fire.
Nice.
I think one important element could be to put a fire outside.
Oh, right, yeah, like a fireball or
Yeah,
something.
really
That'd
encourage
really
that
special.
kind of lifestyle.
We like a bit of colour, but we'd prefer a garden that was nice all year and looked green and healthy and vibrant all year.
So, low maintenance? Or
Rather, it was more low maintenance than
Yeah.
high maintenance.
I noticed as well they've got the lovely wooden floor, and that runs all the way through the ground floor out of the kitchen. So I think if we were to have that in the garden, it would really extend that living space.
Yeah, nice. Well, lots to get on with, so I'm going to start.
Oh, yeah, right behind you, mate.
The boys clearly feel they've got this one in the bag, but they need to be careful. This couple know what they want and won't accept any old design. For £5,000, they'll want the best. So, Charlie and the boys waste no time putting their ideas on paper. They each have to come up with a design for a garden they hope the couple will love, and then present it to Alistair and Philippa, who will choose which one gets built. And the loser has to help the winner build their garden. It's the day of the pitch. Will Alistair and Philippa go for Charlie, with her decades of experience and vast knowledge of plants?
Wow.
Or the Rich brothers, known for their contemporary medal-winning designs?
here we go.
Yeah,
Yeah?
that was good.
You come out of your main door there to this open area, seating area mainly. This is a low, shallow pool of water for reflection. And I thought it'd be quite nice for your seating area to be somewhere that you get to. So
Yeah.
there's
Yeah.
stepping stones across onto an area of chunky oak timber deck.
What we wanted to do was kind of create this extension from your house.
This stylish outdoor room that complemented the stylish interior that you guys have done there.
We've got like the front room straight out from the kitchen, which is more for the morning and dining. The idea then was to use a kind of a wooden flooring.
Yeah.
So I think, you know, we picked up on inside the house, you've kind of used that throughout the bottom floor, as if it is an extension to the house.
Yeah.
And then the back area there with 2 sofas and a fire bowl, somewhere more intimate, more cosy, and a place just to really relax and just enjoy the space.
The Rich brothers have done their homework. Their design seamlessly links the interior of their house to a luxurious outdoor living space.
I really like the breakfast area just outside the kitchen, like perfect for breakfast.
Yeah.
But Charlie's taken a gamble by going for something they didn't ask for, a pond by the back door.
I love the water feature.
That's
It's
nice.
always
Yeah.
been a dream to walk over some stepping stones.
Now for the planting.
So one of the key features in the garden are these tree ferns, and they've got so many good qualities. One of them is that they've got a really luscious, really large canopy, but they've got a really kind of thin stem, so they don't take up too much room and impose on a small space like this.
Tree ferns make a dramatic statement, but will they be too much for Philippa?
And then also, with the lighting in the garden that we're going to put in, when they're uplit, they're so architectural and so sculptural.
Charlie's playing it safe with shorter exotic plants.
Plant-wise, lots of greens but foliage effects, so things like Fatsia japonica, Regersias, flowers but very simple, fluffy white flowers. This is Equisetum, so it's very regimented and upright, looks like bamboo.
But with £5,000 burning a hole in their pocket, the couple have some questions.
What happens down the side next to the kitchen?
What we want to do is create this kind of really luscious space. It's more an area to look upon rather to be in.
The boys are continuing the fern theme into the side alley, but Charlie sees it as a whole new garden.
This is very Dingley Dale. I want this to be a fernery with really lush plants, so lots of hardy ferns, some tree ferns for a little bit of height, and some hostas. So it's all leaves, foliage.
Really nice.
I have to say that's my favourite bit of the design.
The pitch is over. Now it's up to Alistair and Philippa. They're spending £5,000 of their own money on this garden, so they need to choose wisely.
Pretty difficult.
Yeah.
I don't know what to think. I love the way they've got that breakfast area and the second fire pit. But Charlie's, like, especially that little bit off the kitchen.
Yeah, and the stepping stones in the pond.
Yeah.
That's a really sweet idea. But this is a really nice view from the kitchen, though. I really do like this design.
Yeah, I'm really excited about how this one will look.
Yeah.
I think it's my favourite, definitely.
Yeah, I think it's picked it.
Yeah.
Only one design can win. So who's it going to be? Will they go for Charlie's Dingley Dell garden with its tranquil water feature and stepping stones, or the boys' chic outdoor lounge with its elegant tree ferns?
Hey guys.
It's a really difficult decision
Yeah.
to make.
But we've come up with... Ta-da!
Yes. Nice. Oh, that's awesome.
What made you choose our design?
I think it was the two areas, having the kind of breakfast room just outside the kitchen, which is ideal, and then a kind of a cosier area at the back.
Yeah.
Really excited about it. So, are you starting now? Or...
Yeah, I've got my gloves.
The Rich brothers have emerged triumphant. And if that's not enough, they now get to boss Charlie around when all three of them build the garden. It's early morning in York. While the Rich brothers are away working on the final details of their design, the old garden needs to be ripped out and the site prepped.
Right, chaps. First things first, we've got to try and sort these levels out.
So, the boys have sent in project manager Paul and landscapers Andy and Lee to remove the old concrete and make the ground perfectly level. The key to the boys' design is a seamless link between the kitchen and hard landscaping in the garden, so it's critical the foundations are spot on.
So it's this lip here that we're going off, so everything is determined from that. And the deck's going to come, the first deck is going to go on top, yeah, so it looks like, almost like the floor inside is coming straight out. Right then, fellas, let's crack on.
But they've hit a snag. They found the base of a sycamore tree that must have been felled when the old garden was put in.
I don't remember
The tree root.
the tree roots over there, so I think we could have a major problem getting those out. This bit here as you can see, is enormous, and there's huge, great big boulders in it. We've got a whole load of paving that's going to come right across here and go flush to this wall. So it's a tough job, but somebody's got to do it, I'm afraid.
And with no space for a digger, the only way to get it out is with good, old-fashioned muscle.
Right, that's what I'm going on there.
The stubborn sycamore is giving the lads another headache. Its roots are pushing through the wall where the Rich brothers are planning to create a new patio. Knowing how exacting the boys are with their designs, Paul needs instructions from Harry and David.
Hey, Paul.
Well, everything's going relatively smoothly, and the problem with it is there's basically there's some roots that have gone through the wall and they've started busting the bricks out and cracking the bricks. We need to do something with it. We can't leave it like that.
Because there's nice existing brick walls around the other side, the lower one.
Yeah.
I think it'd be nice to tie it in with that and keep the history of it.
Yes.
Sense of place for it. That'd be quite nice.
Okay. Well, I think what we'll do is we'll point it with a very dry mix. We'll rake it out a little bit, and we might even use the good old technique of putting a little bit of dirt in it as well, just to make it look like the old pointing, so it ties in with the rest of the garden. Are you happy with that then, chaps?
Yeah, very happy. Very happy. Thanks for calling, Paul.
Right, lovely. All right, see you soon, chaps.
See you soon.
See you later. Bye-bye. Bye.
Laying paving around the bulge in the wall would mean redesigning the patio. By rebuilding it, the garden Alistair and Philippa signed up for is still on track.
What's that one there? Oh, man.
There she goes.
Crisis averted, it's time to get those levels spot on. The foundation of the new garden will be a combination of patio and decking. But before any paving can go in, the boys have to lay down a base layer of aggregate and then whack it into submission to make it level. Meanwhile, out front, the Rich brothers and Charlie have arrived and are preparing themselves for the huge task of bringing the boys' winning design to life.
Right, guys, I feel like we've got a work out for us for this garden. There's going to be a few challenges, isn't there?
Yeah, it's small, but I don't think that comes out it's trouble, does it?
Everyone thinks a small garden's going to be really easy and quick. I bet it won't be.
No. It's just going to be one kind of nice kind of floor that runs right out to the back boundary. So I think setting out and getting that level, sort of the beginning is going to be the key to this, really.
Okay. All right.
And then this guy here as well, he's quite a focal point, isn't it? And it's a really small, really cramped little space. It's going to be quite tricky.
Yeah, it's a high display, though, I think, because they look out, don't they, on this?
Yeah, it's going to look amazing, because that's the whole of the kitchen looking there, and then that's the lounge that way as well. Basically, it's one level from the kitchen floor straight out, no steps.
Yeah,
No steps,
like an extended room, so they can open those partition doors and walk straight out.
Blimey.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, with that added pressure now then, Barry, you're on the slabs. Still going to be doing a bit of that.
Yeah.
Charlie, I'm going to hide you away in this little dingly dale here.
Okay.
Your favourite little spot.
Doing what?
Just
relaxing, drinking tea.
Yeah, sitting down, catching some sun, and then I'm going to set myself on the deck end.
It's not that silly today.
It isn't at all, is it?
Catching the rain.
Optimism, people.
Good
Right
old
then.
northern
Right.
weather.
Cool.
With the boys taking charge in the back, Charlie's been demoted to the side alley. And out the front, there's been a delivery.
Oh, look at those.
Goodness me.
Wow.
The 6 mature tree ferns that the boys are hoping will bring some real drama to the garden have arrived. Tree ferns are an excellent addition to a smaller garden because they have shallow roots, but they still provide shade under their wide, feathery fronds. Mature samples can cost between £200 and £400, so Philippa's keen to see what she's getting for her money.
It's going to be like Jurassic Park, I think, when we get in there.
Quite prehistoric.
One of the big biggest challenges with designing a small garden is that even the tiniest imperfections are on show. Knowing that Alistair and Philippa have an eye for detail, the boys have ordered high-quality materials for a flawless finish, starting with these giant paving slabs.
So we decided to go for a 900 by 600 slab. This is probably one of the largest slabs you can get. It's kind of key when you have a small garden to use elements that are slightly oversized.
Using big slabs tricks the eye into thinking the space is larger, and laying them across the garden gives the impression of width.
We've also decided to kind of push the slabs up together so there's no kind of pointed line in between. And this really gives us a nice contemporary feel, which links in with the house nicely.
This garden is all about using the small space efficiently without compromising the contemporary look. And the boys have even come up with somewhere for the couple to store their garden tools. And because Alistair has done up some of the house himself, he's keen to have a go at building it.
I'm just measuring up for the shed that I'm going to build at the moment. It's going to block off this area here just to keep bins and things like that. So I'm just working out how high it's going to go. So it's got to be custom made. Can't get an off-the-shelf one, unfortunately.
The entrance to the side alley is going to be a walk-through shed.
So the roof will go up and it will incorporate the light so that when that's on it'll be in the shed, giving us a bit of extra light. And the roof will go up above that and then it'll drop back down the other side. Hopefully if I've measured right, this will be going straight in. Like a glove. Look at that. Perfect.
Meanwhile, whilst the boys contemplate their next move in the big garden, Charlie remains confined to the little one.
Well, I should get my bit finished, done and dusted. Easily. Bring me tea.
The courtyard has been designed as an area for the couple to sit back and admire from their kitchen. Having only a few pavers, it will be filled to the brim with luscious plants.
Now, this area here is absolutely tiny. I mean, really tiny, but it will look fantastic. They overlook it from the kitchen, so we're planting it up with really lovely, lush plants. You've got Baltic parsley. It's very architectural. It's like cow parsley, but much more architectural and bold. This area is already lit, so it's going to look spectacular with the plants at night. So I'm going to plant this Japanese anemone against the wall. It doesn't look much at the moment, but it's a lovely plant. Gives you lots of flowers later in the season when some garden plants are looking a bit sad. Comes up, has low foliage, but comes up with flower spikes that have got pink open flowers, which look gorgeous against this brickwork, the texture of it. I wish the soil was a little bit easier to dig. But there you go, you can't have everything in life, can you?
The next big challenge in the main garden is to seamlessly connect the kitchen with the patio area using a stylish deck. It needs to be perfectly flush with the patio, so the subframe needs to be spot on.
And also we'll be putting a membrane down to stop any weed growth coming up through the decking.
With the shed nearly done, it's time for Alistair to leave the team to it.
Well, this is looking good, Alistair.
Yeah, it's taken a bit of work, but sort of finally getting there.
So you just need to finish the felting.
Yep.
But then I really would like you and Philippa to sort of skedaddle and get out of here, because the garden's sort of really coming together now, and we want a little bit of mystery for when you come back.
That's all right, we can disappear and leave you to it.
With most of the hard landscaping finished, it's time for the stars of the garden, the tree ferns, to make an appearance.
These are big old beasts, they're hard to carry around, so what we're going to do to help us is we're going to get some sticks, put them in place and find out their positions. Harry, chuck them over.
Yep.
Pass me some of those sticks there,
Some of
mate.
these.
Yeah, they're perfect. 5 of them, please.
Perfect.
Nice. Right, what are we thinking?
Placing them too close together, too far apart or too equidistant will look unnatural, so it's critical to position them perfectly.
Like that?
Yeah, lovely. And then we'd probably go for one maybe there.
Yeah.
And then... what do you think of that?
So I think maybe we can have 2 over there now. maybe pat this out a little bit.
That looks quite full, especially with their spread.
Yeah. Shall I go grab one from there?
Yeah, let's take one out of the middle. And then maybe adjust their positions a little bit. And then that one can go here, and that'll be perfect for privacy, actually.
Yeah.
Tree ferns have shallow roots, so the hole only needs to be 10 centimetres bigger than the trunk's diameter and 20 centimetres deeper than the root ball. While the bosses get to play with the big trees, Charlie's been given a project that's even smaller than the side return.
We're going to make this into a green roof. Now, because Alistair's made the shed himself, it's really strong and reinforced. If you were using a prefabricated shed at home, you want to put some extra structure in because of the weight of the roof.
The roof has been felted, but to make sure it matches the rest of the garden, Charlie's adding a lip using the same decking boards as the floor.
Now, I want to try and create a tray that's about 3 inches deep. And you can't see, but I can feel it's probably about 2 inches deep. But that'd be enough for the sedums. Yeah? That's going to go down like that, and then we'll trim that off so you won't see it. See? That'll look nice. And then just imagine all this sea of sedums. Very pretty.
Adding a green roof is a great way to create another planting area in a small garden and can transform an old summer house or shed. But it needs plenty of watering, so it's safer to use drought-tolerant plants like succulents. But there's no rest for Charlie. The boys need some manual labour.
If you want to go in there already, Charlie,
Okay, so that I fall over flat on my bottom.
Yeah, hopefully.
You cheeky thing.
Are we just going to walk it and rest it on the thing?
Yeah,
will that
just
be okay?
do it a bit at a time. Let's not go mad.
3, 2, 1.
Where are we?
Okay.
Yeah. Which one's this for?
We can walk them all the way
Far
down.
left.
Far all the way over. Ready? 3, 2, 1.
Who chose these? Why did we get them so big?
They're pretty heavy, aren't they?
They are quite junky.
Swing. Oh, nice, well done. Right, I think it needs to probably spin that way.
Spin round, yeah.
Good work, Bar. That'd probably be near enough somewhere, wouldn't it? Cool.
Putting them board in.
Wonderful. 1 down, 4 to go.
Brilliant. Cool. These are going to give a lovely kind of modern touch to the garden. And they've got a lovely canopy without really kind of losing too much light in this garden. And the vertical aspect really lifts your eye and lets you still see through the garden.
The tree fern has small fibrous roots to get moisture, so they need properly securing.
So we'll put some pegs in and batten around it and just really hold the trunk. So it's kind of got this firm structure.
Oh, so you can make like a collar around
Yeah,
it?
yeah.
That's
Little
quite
triangular
a clever
collar.
idea.
As long as that's nice and sturdy, then we're fine.
We could always just chop all the fronds off and then it won't blow over. Look at the face on that.
That's a bad idea. So what we're doing with this tree fern is, because hasn't got normal roots like a tree, is we're banging in these stakes and they're going to anchor it down and act like roots. And then we're going to screw it into the tree fern and that'll just hold it there secure.
It may seem strange putting a plant that originated in Australia in a Yorkshire garden, but there's a surprising number of exotic plants that, with a little TLC, can live happily in the UK climate. Tom Hart-Dyke, curator of the World Garden at Lullingston Castle in Kent, oversees one of the largest collections of exotics in Britain.
My draw to exotic plants is its magnetic sort of attraction by the foliage and by the flowers that you cannot or very rarely see in this country. There's something about them. There are some easy, easy steps you can take to grow a wide range of plants that you cannot believe you can get away with, simply by covering them up with Dad's old woolly jumpers, scarves, and just simple measures to grow a wide range of plants.
It's the combination of both wet and cold weather in the UK that can be harmful to many exotics.
This is the yucca. It's my most favourite plant, and I have to say, look at it, it's stunning. Whatever the winter, I would only have a pane of glass to cover the whole surface area of the plant in a wooden frame that's screwed into 4 posts that are very securely placed into the ground, and if possible at a slight angle, the window pane, to let the water run off.
If you don't have the time to create a cold frame for your plants, some can handle anything our climate throws at them.
This is Trachycarpus fortunei, the Susan fan palm. It's so exotic to look at, but it's really hardy. It is the hardiest palm that we can grow in this country. And it comes from extremely cold areas of Asia, hence why we can grow it in this climate. -17 we had here 5 years ago. It was laughing in the face of -17.
Exotic they may be, but by being a little brave and taking the necessary steps, you'll be pleasantly surprised at how they thrive in your garden. In York, our exotic tree ferns can handle all but the coldest frost. Adding a layer of straw to protect the crown and folding the fronds in on themselves in the winter months will keep them safe.
It's always a good idea to get as many people as possible in a very small space. Because I think the ferns here probably won't really die back.
No.
Because it'll be so protected.
Looks like we need then, Dave. No more digging then, soldier. Righty-ho. So it's leaning that way.
Yay!
That's a good fit.
At last they are all in and are ready for their grand unveiling.
Big moment now, mate. Yeah. Time to get the fronds out. Don't. Ta-da. Beautiful. There we are. Look at that. Tease them out a bit. Oh, that's really nice, isn't it? Look at that. Oh, crikey. A jungle. Woo! That's gorgeous.
So, do I get to unwrap mine in my
Yes.
bit of the garden?
Definitely. Lovely. That's amazing. Well, that's better than I expected.
That's it. Whoa. Look at that.
Look at that.
That's almost
That literally
perfect.
couldn't have been better, could it?
Perfecto.
Look at that.
The best bit of the garden.
I get to do your tree as well, look at that.
Let's get as many people into the smallest place. Don't tread on the soil.
Well, I can't not tread on it, unfortunately.
Perfect, look at that.
Look at that wall.
I say change now, yeah.
With so many striking features in this garden, Harry and David have convinced Alistair and Philippa to hold back a few £100 so it will look just as good at night. Installing a lighting scheme brings a whole new dimension to their garden.
Alistair and Philippa really wanted a kind of entertainment space for the evening. These spotlights are really going to transform this garden, especially uplighting these tree ferns. So, you know, this garden is not just for the day, but actually for the evening.
The build may be progressing, but it still looks like a lot of landscaping with a few trees stuck in the middle. It's high time the rest of the plants made an appearance.
What do you want now then?
Hellebores, please. Red ones.
Red ones?
Yeah, reds.
Oh, perfect.
These are fab.
Yeah, beautiful, aren't they?
Gorgeous.
4 at one time.
4s at once. So keep coming with the reds, yeah?
Yes, please.
No geraniums. Couple of thalictrum.
In the boys' design, the planting defines the two different living areas. With so much patio and deck, they're underplanting the ferns with smaller but equally lush varieties that will spill over and soften the hard edges.
We love to use grasses in our planting schemes because we feel it's kind of like the background noise. It's what really holds the planting scheme together. And then you can dot in your flowering perennials like the astrantias, the aquilegias or the hellebores.
Well, I have to say, I just love hellebores. They've got these lovely flowers that get full of stamens, and then afterwards they get seed pods, which I think look quite cute as well. And then the foliage is really pretty come the summertime, and it's great for flower arranging.
It's all coming together, and although she's been the under-gardener, Charlie is impressed.
Do you know what, David? This looks like your design.
Yeah!
Hey, woo!
Thank goodness you said that. Yeah, no, I'm really, really pleased how it's looking, actually. I love it.
Worth the money.
Yes, that is true.
All that's left is the roof.
I will get round to doing my roof, honest. It's just got to wait for the deck first.
And with the deck done, Charlie's run out of excuses.
We've got planting medium with this stuff which is called Hydrolica. It's ever so light and porous, and we've mixed that in with the planting medium.
These are water-holding clay pebbles and are lighter than soil, so they're ideal for our green roof.
And we have a thin layer over, and then I'll plant through with the succulents, sedum, sempervivum, that type of thing that puts up with really sort of drought conditions, also windy conditions, and full sunshine, which you will get on this side, and it will create a mat right the way across the roof, and it'll look gorgeous. But I'm going to plant them slightly proud because I am then going to put a very light gravel all the way around them.
This garden has been a big challenge in a very small space.
It's really, really heavy.
So what do you think?
Yeah, it's going to be nice. Interesting to see what cushions they've got as well.
Well, this is a first for me, stacking logs in a garden.
But as daylight begins to fade...
Paul, how do you want to start this fire? I can start doing that.
With a match.
Right then, with a match.
Philippa and Alistair's garden is finally finished. In its former life, the couple's garden was a poor relation to their stunning home. With bags of rubble everywhere and old battered crazy paving throughout. Now it's had a £5,000 facelift. The boys have used high-quality materials to provide an elegant finish. The new decking area is ideal for having breakfast or a bit of evening dining. Costing around £1,200, it extends seamlessly from the kitchen, linking the outside with the inside. Towards the rear of the garden is a superb patio made from large pavers that cost around £600. An elegant fire bowl links the space with the couple's indoor fire and is perfect for romantic evenings. Before, the garden was flat and featureless. Now, statuesque tree ferns bring drama, texture and year-round colour to the garden. With the rest of the planting, they ate up £2,500 of the bill, but the boys are hoping the couple will think it was worth it. And of course, there's the narrow alleyway, which Charlie has turned into a lush courtyard.
Be confident.
Alistair and Philippa wanted the perfect garden and were prepared to spend £5,000 to get it.
The garden looks beautiful. Very Chelsea.
It's time to find out if the boys have delivered.
Right, you're now crossing the threshold into your new garden. Open your eyes.
Wow.
What do you think?
Wow, is it
It's
easy? Wow.
It's amazing.
Thought it was going to look amazing, but it, yeah, looks phenomenal.
Got the fireball going as well, lit, ready for your evening.
Yeah, that looks
great.
Doing lots of entertaining.
Come explore your garden, please. Walk on through.
It's fantastic.
What do you think of the
It's
tunnel?
like, yeah, it's a proper tunnel.
It's like a wee adventure to get back, isn't it? Yeah, that looks so cool, doesn't it? Like, it's just, you just can't imagine what it's going to look like. And
Yeah.
You come in here and it's just like another. You're transported, aren't you?
Yeah.
It's been a quite. Do you feel it's been quite like a dramatic change?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's so wide. It seems so
Yeah, I know,
wide.
yeah.
Like before, it felt like you couldn't really stand next to each other
Yeah.
in the garden.
This
It just
area
seems like-
has gone massive now, isn't it? Do you feel like it's an extension to the house now?
Definitely, yeah.
I like I love the thresholds that
Yeah.
just run
Yeah.
straight out and
Yeah.
like it was a small garden before, wasn't it?
Yeah.
But it's
feels big,
twice the
feels
size.
big.
Yeah.
Like, so you can really see all the kind of quality materials. Kind
Yeah.
of the decking is really nice. This is really nice. Obviously the tree ferns are fantastic.
Yeah.
And it's,
Yeah.
like combined with the design, I don't know how it could be any better, to be honest.
Oh, very kind.
And say nothing more.
Right, we're off now. That's us done.
It just looks fantastic.
Yeah,
It really
it
looks amazing.
looks like a garden kind of out of a book.
Yeah.
Peacock has his feathers, a lion has his mane, that garden has his tree ferns.
Who says that?
Yeah.
Me.
There's absolutely no way we could have made it look like that. It's just fantastic.
I've just been a bit brave
The
with spending
drama
money.
of it,
kind
yeah,
of
like it's actually made the kitchen look more impressive, which I
Yeah.
think is quite an achievement for a garden.
£5,000 was a big budget for such a small area. Do our couple think it's been money well spent?
You think that spending £5,000, which is what it's turned out to be, is a lot of money for such a little garden. But I'm glad that we did, because it's worthwhile, worth every penny. It's only going to get better, isn't it? This is day one of the garden, and we've got years and years of growth to come, and it's just going to look better and better every year.
Can-do attitude, love of simple gardens and decades of experience, Charlie Dimmock is one of Britain's best-loved gardeners.
Looking good, boys.
But the new kids on the gardening block are the Rich Brothers.
We want to be the brothers that change people's perceptions of gardens.
Winners of multiple medals at the Chelsea Flower Show,
Oh, good turn. Amazing, isn't it?
the boys have become known for their dramatic outdoor spaces. Now these two different generations of gardening are going head-to-head.
I know they've got a gold medal, but I can come up with a few ideas.
They're meeting frustrated garden owners across the country.
The photos made it look tiny. It is, isn't it?
I'm sure you've seen larger.
I don't know what to do with it.
And will each pitch them a design based on their needs and budget.
It looks really exciting.
It doesn't look like it could be our garden.
The winner brings their design to life,
Hold on.
Sweet as a nut.
and the loser has to help them build it.
Oh, I'm getting irritated now with some faffing around.
This is what happens
Does he ever get irritating?
All the time.
when different styles collide.
Who chose these?
1, 2, 3.
This looks like your design.
Yeah.
To turn garden dreams into reality.
Wow, open your eyes.
Wow. It's amazing. It's beautiful.
So, whose garden will Charlie and the Rich Brothers be battling over this time? Tea. Today it's the turn of photographer Alistair and marketing manager Philippa, who live in York with their cat Ginny. 2 years ago, not long after they got married, the couple bought this Edwardian terraced house and began painstakingly restoring it to its former glory.
There was an old lady who lived here and it hadn't really been touched for about 60, 70 years, maybe even a bit more.
Then we had to rip everything out and start